Ladies and gentlemen, it's finally time to attempt to pre-order the Switch 2, at least for anyone out there who is going to be picking it up. I'm sure they're looking around right now, trying to figure out where they're going to put their order in. And I have a couple of spots in mind, and kind of wanted to go over just some of my strategy here. And since so many people message me either telling me about the different retailers when they're going live with the pre-orders, or on the other side, asking me when pre-orders are going to go live and where I'm going to try to go, figured I would just put up a video real quick about that, put some of this information all in one spot, and give you guys at least my ideas as to where I'm going to go. So if you guys enjoy the video or find it helpful, hit the like button and subscribe if you're new. Now, of course, I'm going to be trying to get two Switch 2 systems, one for just use in general, right, to start the generation for Nintendo with all of their games. The other one is going to be the teardown system. We'll open it up. We'll take a look at different aspects for it for the system, the Joy-Cons, the dock. There is a lot to look into here because there's just a lot of curiosity around what exactly Nintendo and Nvidia have done here. So apologies to that system in advance. But right now, there are 4 major retailers that people are looking at in the US specifically. And before we get to that, I will say, if you're just trying to give yourself, I guess, the best shot when things go live and most likely stuff goes sideways, I'd recommend following someone like Jake Randall. He'll most likely have a live stream going ahead of these pre-orders going live, and he'll, I guess, be trying to do a lot of the stuff just live with everyone as you're trying to go through, see which places are down, which places are working, the mobile apps. There's a lot happening when things start up here and pre-orders start flying all over the place. So first, let me start with Target. So Target is pretty straightforward. They'll be doing pre-orders starting at midnight Eastern time or 9 p.m. Pacific later on tonight. And they do have games, accessories, the whole thing. Unfortunately, from what I could tell, they are maybe the most boring out of all the other retailers. Seems pretty straightforward. You pre-order it, and then I guess you either pick it up in store or you wait for it to eventually show up on your doorstep. So Target, popular retail store, obviously, to go to. Not the one I'm necessarily picking out myself. Okay, so let's go over now to Walmart. So Walmart's interesting because they are doing free delivery by 9 a.m. or sooner, okay, on June 5th. Now, the thing that obviously is so interesting about that is they are going to somehow, I guess, have FedEx or UPS get it there by 9 a.m. or, as I say, sooner. So technically you could get it 7 a.m. or so. Like, you could wake up, walk outside, and it's there just on your front porch or mailbox or whatever. And while I'm someone who's a little less excited to leave high dollar items out on the front porch, especially, let's say I'm not going to be home until later on in the day and it's just sitting there, I understand there are many people who want it as soon as possible, and it works out for them, whether it's work at home or just they're even off for the day. Walmart's probably the move if you're not going to a midnight release, okay? And that is important because the 2 places that I'll be going both have midnight releases. So the first one is Best Buy. So Best Buy, they will have their pre-orders along with Walmart, by the way. So Walmart and Best Buy and Target all starting tonight, midnight Eastern, 9 p.m. Pacific. And I would recommend having mobile apps downloaded for all 3 of these specifically because they tend to work a little better than what the website does. Actually, with the PS5 specifically, I ended up getting it through Walmart using the mobile app, but the website was down that whole time. Just, it was getting flooded with traffic with bots. And if you remember the PS5 days when it came to just ordering the system, you'll know what I'm talking about. It was disastrous, you could say. So I would recommend getting the mobile app set up now with your account, information, anything you would need for checkout, get that set up. So it's a very quick process to get through. Best Buy will be doing a midnight release, though. All right, so they'll be opening doors. Probably, I mean, they're going to close and then I guess reopen. So there'll probably be a line out there anyway, but they'll be open at midnight to distribute the Switch 2 systems. I assume you'll have to have had them pre-ordered to participate in the midnight release, but I assume most people who are going to midnight release are probably looking to do pre-orders anyway. Okay, so they're also, of course, going to have all the different accessories. So I would recommend avoiding the carrying case, the screen protector. It's just $85 for an all-in-one carrying case seems like a lot, and I feel like Amazon, even on launch day, maybe even a few days before, will have just better deals in general. Okay, these are the things that third-party I don't mind at all. All right. Now, the controller, I get it. The Switch 2 Pro controller is something that I'm sure people are weighing right now because the Joy-Cons with the current Switch, not anywhere near as good as the Pro controller. Now, keep in mind, if you have the Pro controller for the Switch 1, it will work with the Switch 2. So if you're not necessarily on board of spending maybe $500 and then $85, you can get by with the current Switch Pro controller, at least for a bit, right? Now, it is worth mentioning that we do have two bundles here. I feel like most people will be going for the $500 bundle because naturally that means that Mario Kart World is $50 instead of $80. Keep in mind, in just about all regions, there's some apparently where it's not the case, but in the US specifically, it's digital for the game. So I know we've gone more and more towards just digital in general, and it is hard to be like, no, I'm going to spend an extra $30 just to get the game physically. But just keep that in mind. It's going to be a code in the box for this Mario Kart World bundle. The other one is $450. That's without Mario Kart World. Maybe you don't want it for Mario Kart. In that case, hey, you know what? Get the regular Switch 2 system here at $450, and maybe you just want to play the GameCube games. Maybe you want to play Fortnite, just much better than what you were with the current Switch, or a number of other launch titles, which things like Cyberpunk or Street Fighter. There you go. You can pick those out as you go, since all these retailers will also have their games. I don't recommend bundles that have things like Donkey Kong Bonanza in there. The reason for that is Donkey Kong is not out at launch. It's kind of framed here like it is, I will tell you. Like, just looking, so you look, okay, here's Mario Kart World. Oh, look, here's Donkey Kong Bonanza. It kind of looks like Donkey Kong is out the same day. It's not. It'd be a pre-order, and it's not out till July. So I feel like that's a situation where you're probably okay skipping on a bundle like this, but maybe you want the camera and you want Mario Kart World. Even this bundle is expensive because they're packaging in the physical copy. So you'd want to really do your research on which bundles they're trying to sell you here. Some of them do make sense. Like, again, if you don't want Mario Kart and you just want the Switch 2 and a Pro controller, they're just adding this up for you and putting in a cart, which means less clicks. And with bots, that might actually be a bad thing. Or even, here's Mario Kart World, and maybe you want the wheels. Okay, they just did the math for you and put it all in one cart immediately. Something like this, though, it's the Switch 2 with Mario Kart. It's Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and then Donkey Kong for $720. I don't recommend that. I think right now it makes more sense to try to find either Zelda game used or secondhand. There's so many copies out there. It's not difficult to find it discounted. And then if you have NSO, which I do think is worth recommending now, the expansion pack even, there's just so much value in terms of the number of games you play in that library. And then, yes, online play. But the fact that GameCube's getting added as well, much easier to recommend that at $50. And then you also get the enhancements included with your subscription service for Tears of the Kingdom and Breath of the Wild. So bundle like this to me doesn't make any sense. But again, most people are going for the Mario Kart World bundle at $500 since it has everything that you need there on launch to experience the next generation Mario Kart game. Okay, so Best Buy is probably the move here for me for one of the two. The other company is GameStop. Now, GameStop is an interesting one because I'm a bit older and I like the in-person experience of going to the store, getting your pre-order in, and then going back when the system's coming out and doing the midnight release. And it looks like that's what's happening with the Switch too. So starting tomorrow, GameStop will start taking pre-orders. So it's in store. You don't necessarily have to worry about bots showing up and ripping the system out of your cart while you're trying to check out. And while you may have to deal with a line potentially, to me that beats having the unknown and frustration of a website not loading fast enough. Okay, so that'll start tomorrow when they open. And it's going to vary. So, for example, there is a GameStop near me that opens at 10 a.m. There's a GameStop near me that opens at 11. And then there's one further away that opens at noon. So it is kind of all over the place depending on the day of the week and the location. But the idea being you show up, you pre-order it, and then you show up again at midnight for the release. Now, I will say GameStops right now should know how many they're getting for pre-order, okay? So if you drive by a GameStop or you call them, most likely there's something in the window that has like a cutout number of this is how many Switch 2s we're getting, or they'll just tell you over the phone. But at this point in time, for allotment to open tomorrow and set up, they should know how many pre-orders they can they can deal out, basically. I don't know, again, if there's already a line that's starting up. Some people on Twitter, X, I've noticed, are saying that there's like 1 or 2 people lined up. To my understanding, some of these GameStops are going to get anywhere from 60 to 100 Switch 2 systems for pre-order, which is actually quite a bit. So the good news there is it seems like the allotment is going to be quite high for Switch 2 comparative to other releases in terms of new generations from Sony, Microsoft, or Nintendo. So the move for me, Best Buy and then GameStop. That's the strategy. I'll try to get Best Buy pretty much when they go live tonight at midnight using the mobile app. And then tomorrow I'll just kind of swing by GameStop in the morning when they open and get the pre-order in there. And hopefully everyone who wants the system is able to get it without too much issue, because again, I know how these things go, especially when it comes to online orders. It can be very frustrating. So hopefully that's not the case this time. But let me know what you guys think about this down below. What's the move for the Switch 2 when it comes to pre-orders? Are there any extra games or accessories you're picking up with the system? Or are you just looking for that Mario Kart World bundle so you can get the game for $50 alongside of the $450 system? Thanks guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.